Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome one, welcome all. This is What the Hell Did I Just Watch? I am your host, Oscar Riedling. This is episode 16. The magical, blissful creations that is love. Yes, upon this particular episode 16, we're going to be talking about the magic, the spell cast that is love and connection, bond, the dance of souls indeed, because when one soul meets another, or perhaps one soul meets many souls, there can be a hell of a connection going down. Yes, they bond, they dance, they sing, they intertwine with another, and they become so much more. It is the power of evolution. Love evolves, love levels up, love grows and crafts and sings, as does connection. Now, you may not know, you may know, who knows, it is a mystery, but for no longer I am a single soul. Sadly, I have no love no more. I do love, I feel love, and I will forever love, and yes, I have been in love. I have felt the true power of love. I have been wrapped in the true power of love, wrapped in its care, in its warming and cozy embrace indeed, and it is it's beautiful. If you've ever been in love, shout out to the single souls and shout out to the souls that have ever been in love indeed. Now, you know what it's like. They say love is heaven, love is hell, love is everything, love is torture, hellish torture, love is pure guiding hope. Love is everything. It's hell, it's bliss, it's torture, it's demonic, it's uplifting, it's everything, it's chaos, it's wild, and I mean wild in a good way. I mean that kind of wild. Because even the journey to love, and certain souls may not make it to love. They may flow on the path to love. They may bond, they may connect, they may get intimate, they may get close, they may sing and dance, uncover and discover, but they may find that they're not there, that they may never be there. They're the souls that open up to each other. But yeah, and if you are interested, you might not be, but if you are interested, I was in love. I had a love. I have wandered for many a year in the realm of love, and to be honest, it is and was the best realm I have ever visited. It was the best epic realm, the realm of everything. It meant the world. And of course, whilst I was inside the realm of love, I evolved, I adapted, I changed, I was twisted and pulled and like clamped together and morphed and formed, and I came out of the other side when sadly the whatever happened, whatever went down, you know, the way, the path of love, the fate of love flowed for me in particular. Indeed, your host, Oscar Riedling, hell to the yes, indeed. That was very, very unexpected, hella unexpected. I did an episode 15, if you want to jump back through time and witness that particular episode. I mentioned that I was on the path of a life, because we talked about life in that particular episode. How many times did I say it? And my life, as I said in that particular episode, I thought was on a path of sturdiness, a path of solidness, a path of unbreakableness that would branch out into different options, different gateways up in the realm of the way my life was flowing. But then, as I said, snap, and just like that, it fragmented, it broke down, and that's what happened to my path, my fate, my journey into the realm of love. It was there, it was flourishing, I was surrounded with it, on it, in it, everywhere, as was my partner, the soul I had fallen in love with, the soul I had fallen for. It was right there, and this particular soul was surrounded by love, warmth, caring, like we were just, it was like overwhelming goodness, the best kind of overwhelming, like you were thinking, like a burden of, well, when I say burden, I mean burden as in an epic burden, a burden you want to carry, a burden. That's probably a terrible word, isn't it? That's probably terrible, because that soul I fell in love with was no burden at all. No burden. I would have given my life for that very soul, just so they could have kept on living. They knew that, and I knew that full well. And the love and the passion and the joy and the hope was strong. And then one day, snap, Thanos again with the snap, and everything just vanished, gone. I mean, it didn't just go in an instant. It took a while, and I'm still in the land of suffering. And of course, the soul that I love, that I will always love, that I was in love with, that we were together, that cherished, is also suffering. But they're rocking it absolutely wild. They're bringing the mayhem, they're rocking free, and I feel they're not as suffering and in as much pain as I am, which is good, which I wouldn't have it any other way. I am glad that they're not suffering as much as I am. I'm glad they're not in as much pain as me, because I do not want that. Now, I'm getting dark, I'm getting deep, but what I'm trying to say is the road of love, the path of connection and bond isn't always dark. I mean, my point is that I thought things were going to last forever, but as they say, nothing lasts forever. But I'm honoured. And it means everything to me that I knew this soul, that I got to spend time with this very soul, that I fell in love with this soul, that I gave my blood, literally I gave my blood to this soul in a bullet vial. Yes, indeed. That was very nice. I was proud of that one, and they treasured that. I think they still have it. They still had it, and I gave up things for this soul, and I did things for this soul, and vice versa. And that's what love is. And as well, as I was saying just a few moments ago, that when I was in the realm of love, I was morphed, I was adapted, I was stretched, I was crushed, I was, all these different forms I took. I was like morphing like a transformer, shape shifting. Oh my damn. And I came out the other side a different soul, right here, right now. May not seem like it, may not look it visually, but in here and out there, I'm different. I know I'm different. As I said before, I know how I used to think, I know how I used to feel about certain things, I know what I used to do in certain ways. And after the journey of love, after going through that realm and experiencing every single thing I experienced with that very soul, if you're watching, you're awesome, and you always will be. Stay strong. You've got this. I believe in you, and I always will. And yeah, I'm different, and I definitely know that particular soul is different, because when we were together, we were very together, and I noticed a lot of change in their behaviour, in their mannerisms, in their actions, and of course in their dietary, feasting sort of moments where they did not used to eat certain things, and certain things I loved, certain things I crafted, certain things I cooked and created because I knew I loved them. And I was like, I know you don't like them, so I'll, when I cooked, I was like, I'll cook this for you and I'll have this for me. And, I mean, a lot of the time we feasted upon the same meal because I'm easy, man. I love my food, hell to the yes. I will eat almost anything. I will eat that, I will eat that, I will eat that. It is absolutely delicious, and I love trying new things. We can rock food, yes, we can. And the magical thing is, I was always trying new things, as I always do. So, if they were bringing things to the table, I was like, oh, never try, I opened them up because a lot of things I created and crafted for me, I was eating it, and they were like, what is that? Can I? And I was explaining and sort of saying, oh, well, this is it, and that's, I cooked it like this, and, and then they were trying it. I mean, I remember one that they didn't really like pulled pork. They didn't really like sort of barbecue, dry rub, sort of spicy-ish pulled pork, and I cooked a lot of pulled pork, slow cooking, rubbing, barbecue, sauces, all that sort of thing. And I think one time I made like a sloppy Joe burger with pulled pork. They tried it, they loved it. They were like, damn! And we added that to the menu. And of course, they tried a lot of other things like nacho styles and certain pizzas, meat feast stuff, crust, any of that. But they tried that. And I know I evolved that particular soul. I know I opened up that particular soul. And as did they to me, because I'm different now. I think differently. I feel differently. I do things I never did before I met this soul. Souls like that on the road of connection into love, if you get there, even to connection, even when you spend, if you do time and time and time with a particular soul, they're going to evolve you. You're going to evolve each other. You're going to adapt and modify and level up each other in certain ways. Because, to be honest, this particular soul that I was in love with, that I fell in love with, that we spent time together, they thanked me. They were like, bam, they were like, oh, I really appreciate you open me up, to these foods, to these sort of flavours, and we experienced cooking together and activities as well, like certain activities. I don't mean those kind of activities, I mean... we experienced those kind of activities and we experimented in those kind of activities. And we opened each other up to a lot of those kind of things in that activity. If you know, sexual activities, Yeah, you get the idea with that. That too. But I meant like activities like going out on walks, hiking, bowling, snooker, like painting together, spiritual painting and massage and like makeup tutorials and stuff like this particular soul did my makeup a lot. And apparently I'm a slay queen. And I did their makeup a lot, and I made them a slay boss queen. Indeed, they were slaying it. They were slaying it so cool, so epic that, they didn't want to go out in public and let anybody see how their makeup was done by me, and how cool and calm and slaying it they were. It was just for us. That's the magic and beauty and blissfulness of love and bond and connection. And of course, it may not work out. Like, for me and this particular soul, like, I thought this was forever. I genuinely thought me and this soul were in it forever, that was it. I'd found my one true love. I was happy. I was joyful. I was uplifted, and as was they. I could see it, and we told each other this. We mentioned this to each other, and we told each other how much we loved and cherished and cared for each other every single day. We did everything together, and we did our own things separately. Like you do you, I'll do me. That's what we did. We rocked it wild. You have your time, I have my time. We have our time together, and we sort of did that. And I was rocking it my wild, and they were rocking it, they were rocking it their wild, and it was beautiful. Life was so beautiful. And of course, one day, we're here. Snap. Thank you, Thanos. And yeah, everything changed. And I feel now that deep down I'm coming to terms, because I'm still going through the hell and the suffering and the chaos and the torment and the torture. It's not good, but sadly I'm beginning to understand that it didn't work out. And it may never work out. Like, it may never be again. Me and this soul may never be here, connected, bonded and intertwined again. And sad to think about, but the point that I'm sort of pushing, that I might not be pushing well, is that even though me and this particular soul may never be intertwined and bonded and connected and like physically together again, like soul wise and love wise and mind wise, because we were very, very minded. Like, I could tell when this particular soul wanted to eat. I could tell when this particular soul wanted to nap. I could tell when this particular soul was like, I'm going to go out for a walk, or when this particular soul was going, to do certain things, like, oh, you're going to make some food, or you're going to, grab a drink and all this sort of stuff. And I knew that I was on, and this particular soul got onto my wavelengths as well. This particular soul knew what I was up to, knew what I was doing. Boom, connecting. And my point is, we may never be there again, and I need to fully accept that. I need to fully come to terms with that. I need to fully bring it into reality. Be like, it's here, it's happening, believe it. This isn't a dream, this isn't a nightmare, this isn't fake, it's real. And I need to in some way be like, yeah, you're right. And once I accept that, I can flow on, fly free. And it happened. I experienced it. I lived in those very moments, and I will never ever forget those moments. That's the power of love, the magic of love, the spellcast of love across this entire earth. You will never forget them, and they will always live strong within you. I mean, I guess it depends, because I have done hella amounts of research that, and souls can come together, be madly in love, and they can be shattered apart in evil ways, and other souls, be like, I want to forget them, I want to wipe them clean because of how things ended or how things were. And that does happen. But in this case of me and this other soul, for me personally, it was magical, it was bliss, and I wasn't ready for it to end. But it's life. Episode 15. Life. But yeah, never give up hope. Love is eternal. Love is forever, because that'll always be there. And that is how it works, unless it's evil and demonic and you want to wipe it clean and forget about it. Then I understand that. But love will always flow on, and love will always evolve you. Love will always change you. Love will always level you up, and you can take that, what you've learned, how you've evolved, how you've changed and grown, onward to your next love. Your next loves, depending on how your fate flows, depending on where the journey, the path of love takes you, which particular realm of love you may end up in. Excuse me. Hey. And you can honour and treasure that, and let them soar, let yourself soar, spread your wings, hey, spread your wings and soar to infinity and beyond, above and onward, and cherish and care and treasure and help and do it all. And of course, there's things you learn along the way, which I learned, that some souls you'll come across, that your love, your hope and your passion, it's not strong enough, and that's perfectly fine. You know, like, you may not see eye to eye, you may not bond in certain ways, you may not be on the same wavelength, and that's perfectly fine. You never need to hold it against them, you never need to punish them, you never need to make them suffer. If you meet a soul and you dance and sing and try to soul bond, if it doesn't flow the way you wish, then honour them. Respect them as they should do to you, and flow on along your way. Think of it as a post-apocalyptic city. You're a single lone traveller. You're a single lone traveller. This is the good way to think. Post-apocalyptic city, you're a single lone traveller. Or in the world. It doesn't have to be post-apocalyptic, it's just a wild setting. But you're a lone traveller, and you're travelling from city to city, town to town, village to village, whatever. You're going all over the place. You're walking across the lands, and there's towns and cities and villages and places you'll come across, and you'll explore and you'll uncover and you'll get to know and you'll feel things and you'll eat and drink. But you may think, you know what? I don't want to stay here. I'm honoured. And it means the world that I've had time to be here and explore, uncover, see things, feel things, eat, drink, rest, be warmed, picked up, feeling better. And along the way, I've made others feel joy. I've made others feel happiness. I've uplifted others. And, we've had wonderful times, memories, and we've lived in the moment, and I'll never forget them. And then you travel onward and you find another town, another city, another village, and you think the same thing, and you move on. And then one day, as you're walking, travelling across the lands, you'll find a town, a city, a village, a place that's so warming, welcoming, magical and bliss, that you'll feel things you've never felt before, or you'll feel things that you have, but they're so epically strong that you'll look around and you realise what you've uncovered, realise what you've felt, realise what you've been through, realise what you've witnessed, realise what has happened. And you'll take a step back and you'll take it all in. And you'll see how you've made an impact as well, how you've affected everything around you. And you'll say, I'm finally home. This is truly where I belong. Now. Forever, and you'll be welcomed in with open arms. Hell to the yes, indeed. This has been episode 16 of What the Hell Did I Just Watch? I'm your host, Oscar Reeland. Episode 16 of What the Hell Did I Just Watch? Love, the magic, power, blissfulness, and twisted, unfiltered, demonic chaos of love. Also, it's true. It's true. Thank you kindly for each and every one of you epic, brave, true explorers, realm jumping adventurers, for making it this far into the episode, for watching the episode, for staying a while, if you so truly did, if indeed you are. Hellfire to the yes. And truly, never, ever give up hope. Stay true to you. Boom, boom, boom. You've got this. I believe in you. I know you can do this. You will find that place that welcomes you, that feels truly right, warming and embracing. The place, meaning the soul, the one that truly is home. I'll see you in the very next episode. Rock it wild and keep it crazy. Adventure on, brave, true warrior.